Nonito Donaire, always a pleasure, man. You know, it's probably been a few core years since I had a real good interview with you. How you been? How's life been?
It's been outstanding, man. I mean, my kids are growing up. I mean, it's just been such a blessing.
Gotcha.
You know, it's just been a lot of just gratitude in just everything, especially with my kids and family. So.
What's it like being a father?
Oh, that's the most exciting part. You know, I mean. The thing is, my kids teach me a lot of stuff. You know, they teach me a lot of stuff, especially patience. You know, and just becoming a better person. You know, and yeah, I mean, just being a father is just such a blessing in every way. I mean, you learn. For me, I've learned a lot from my kids. You know, again, from being patient to just. Creating, just looking at them and just the way they can change their state. They can be sad at this moment, and then next thing you know, you distract them to do something, and all of a sudden that sadness disappears. I think that's something that we all can do if we can just channel that in a way that you're sad about something, but then you just change your state and you're happy again.
Gotcha.
You know?
Where are you at? How do you feel about your career? You know, you're still championship level, really can fight. I mean, what challenges do you see out there?
I mean, I hold a WBO world champion right now. You know, bring him on. Bring him on.
Yeah.
I think that I'm a different guy from before. You know, like I said, I'm walking around at a weight where I can fight at any moment. You know, I'm not walking around where I have to lose 30 pounds. You know, I'm walking around maybe losing only 5 to 8 pounds, and I'm at my weight. You know, so that's definitely the discipline, and I think that's gonna show the effort that I put in the ring is gonna show, or in the gym is gonna show in the ring.
You might fight Jesse Magdaleno, Billy the Mandatory. How familiar are you with him as a person, as a fighter?
I see him here and there. You know, we have mutual friends and stuff because we're both from Vegas. You know, or we live in Vegas. I'm not too familiar with the way he fights. I know he's southpaw, but that's something that I'm already gathering my information on. You know, getting tapes and something that I've never done before was study fights. Now I'm doing that, you know, and now I'll be ready for everything.
Got you. Your fights, you know, with Rigondeaux and Walters, what do you feel you learned in those matches? You know, how did you cope and come back?
I took everything for granted. You know, I took everything for granted. I go out there, not changing. You know, I went in there and fought. I mean, granted that they're excellent fighters. You know. And then they did well on their game plan towards me, but I never studied the fight. I go out there with the mindset of just like it's just another day, you know, rather than I'm fighting somebody who's good, you know, taking them seriously, you know. And now I'm just going out there now with every fight, regardless of who it is, just the appreciation and gratitude of being there and studying my fights and avoiding every circumstances that I'll get caught or lose. You know, now I'm avoiding that by studying everything about my opponent, and most of all, training as hard as I am now.
What do you feel, looking back at your career, are some of the most like gratifying moments, or just, you know, just highlights?
I would say the highlight is so funny. I mean, I'm not trying to be all weird and stuff, but I would say the defeats that I have was a highlight of in a way, because as a person, well, not in a career, but as a person, it made me a better man.
Yeah.
It made me a better thing. It made me appreciate life. But I mean, in my career, I would say, you know, one thing that pops out in my head is the Montiel fight. I think that established me as a fighter that people know. But then, of course, you have the Chin fight the first time. That was something that you won't forget for myself, because that was my very first title.
Yeah, the underdog type.
Underdog, and you know, we all love that. But again, you know, I'm so grateful for the defeat is because it made me feel that now I feel and I know that it's gonna be much more. They'll see me go out there and they'll see a different guy who's enjoying it and who's gonna get into a different level.
Do you think you'll stay in the boxing game after your career in certain ways?
I mean, there's a possibility of that. You know, I know the game, and I'm working with my manager in managing fighters and stuff like that. So, you know, I like to do that.
I was also